Welcome to Yoga Download. My name is Christen. This is my friend Vinyasa, and we're so glad you're here to join us for this gentle practice today. The name of the practice is Head Up, Heart Strong, which is exactly the motto I have to take on when life has me feeling down. My physical posture follows my mental activity, and I just cave. So this practice in a gentle way is all about head up, heart strong, so that we train our bodies so that we can train our minds. Find a tall seat. You can move anything that's underneath you that might need a move in. Settle back into your sitting bones. Bring your hands to your heart. As you breathe out, shift your sternum forward, soften the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Then inhale completely right where you are. Exhale completely. We'll integrate a bit of movement. As you inhale, stretch your arms open wide, lift your gaze. So head up, heart strong. Exhale, give yourself a hug. Wrap your arms across your chest. Inhale, open your arms, lift your gaze. As you breathe out, try the opposite elbow on top. If that's confusing, don't try so hard. Inhale, open your arms. It all will work out in the end. Breathe out, give yourself a hug. One more time. Inhale, stretch, take up some space, look up, heart up. Exhale, draw it in, look in. As you breathe in, stretch your arms over your head this time. As you take your exhale, bring your left hand to the earth outside of your left hip. Take an inhale, reach down into your right hip, up through your fingertips. Exhale, side stretch. You can wiggle your left fingers out away from you a little further. You can bend in your left elbow. And then notice how your right knee, your right hip wants to chase your right hand. Be heavy in your pelvis. Lift your gaze up, head up, heart strong. Your heart will literally follow your gaze. Take an exhale right where you are. Then find center again. Inhale, both arms up and over your head. Take your time. Breathe out, bring your right hand down. Inhale, length between your left hip crease, your left middle fingertip, and then up and over to your right. Make your pelvis heavy. Press down into your sitting bones. Lift up in the rib cage, and then tip just a little bit further. Turn your gaze up past your left bicep. Soften your jaw. Exhale. Inhale, find center, arms lift. As you breathe out, fold forward, just gently from here. You don't have to go too far. Let your chin fall into your chest, hands down. What would it be like to practice head up, heart strong today for you? Would it be in the way that you breathe and the pace of your breath? In your movements, literally heart forward. In the way your thoughts move between your ears. Rather than walking it back in, can you roll it over, downward facing dog? Yeah, maybe not. The hands find the top of the mat, shoulder distance. Step your feet back, bring them to hips distance. Even the women with hips, like me, your hip distance is narrower than your shoulder distance. Don't go too crazy with your feet. Soften your knees, press down into your hands. Take an exhale, draw your chest a little closer to the front of your quadriceps, your thighs. And then breathe in and lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. As you breathe out, you're going to place your right knee on the ground like you're coming to half tabletop. There it is. Knee underneath the hip, right hand heavy. Inhale, modified side plank. Lift your left arm into the air. You can use your left foot on the earth for balance, or you can lift your left foot till your left leg is parallel with the earth. Ground down into your right hand, feel the steadiness of what's beneath you, and then play with your gaze. As you lift your gaze, your head up, can you rotate your heart open? Take a giant breath in. It's a tricky one. As you breathe out, left foot forward, low lunge. Left hand down, left foot, left thumb. Everybody try this because it'll make for better space. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, and then wiggle your right foot back an inch or two. Place your right knee back down as you breathe out. Inhale, crescent moon. Send your arms up. This feels like a big shift. You can always use your hands on your left knee. Anchor your pelvis. Feel how literally this pose is head up, heart strong. Take an inhale. As you breathe out, half split, place your hands down by your left foot, straighten your left leg. The sole of your left foot will peel up off the earth. Pull your left toes towards your nose, and then draw your left butt cheek back towards your right pinky toe. Breathe out and drop your head for just a second. Feel what that does to the heart. And then inhale, shift forward, crescent moon, hips heavy, arms and gaze light. Exhale, half split, hands down, booty back. One more time. Inhale, crescent moon, Anjaneyasana, ribs up. Exhale, half split, draw your booty back. Inhale, crescent moon, one more time. Stay in crescent moon. As you breathe out, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Inhale, tilt forward slightly. Exhale, revolved crescent moon, right elbow, left knee. This is too much for any reason. You can always use your right hand inside of your left foot. The hands are together, press them into one another, and rotate your torso, right ribs, towards your inner left thigh. Try looking up to lead the heart up a little further. Inhale, crescent moon, return back to center. Woo. Exhale, low lunge. Frame your foot, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale, high plank, step your left foot back, but look forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and lift your left leg. We'll try the second side. As you breathe out, it's like half tabletop. Left knee beneath your left hip, left hand heavy. Inhale, modified side plank. Lift your right arm. You can use your right foot, even if you didn't use it on the other side. You also can lift your right leg. Draw your right toes towards your face, pull your tailbone towards your lifted right heel, and play with your gaze. What your body can do, your mind can do, your relationships can do. Take a giant breath in. As you breathe out, come to low lunge. Bring your right foot, hand down, right foot forward. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, and then wiggle your left foot back before you place your knee down again. Inhale, crescent moon. You can use your hand on your front knee or send your arms over your head. Let your foundation be firm. Draw your right hip down and back. Draw your left ribs up and forward. Lean back. Inhale. Exhale, half split. Your hands find the earth and you work on straightening your right leg to your degree. Draw your right butt cheek up and back. Melt your heart forward. Can drop your head down and just feel what happens there. It doesn't need to feel bad, but it just can be a pattern that we're in more often than the other. Exhale. Inhale, crescent moon. Send your arms up. A little vinyasa. Exhale, half split. Hands down. Inhale, crescent moon. Lift your arms, your torso, your ribs up. Exhale, half split, hands down, booty back. Inhale, crescent moon. We'll prepare for the twist. As you breathe out, bring your hands together in front of your heart. There's a little tilt forward, and then rotate, revolved crescent moon. Left arm outside your right knee. You can use your left hand again on the inside of your foot. If your hands are together like Vanessa's, press your hands. Right elbow points straight up. As you breathe out, allow your left ribs to move in a little closer to your inner right thigh. You got this. Another round breath. Inhale, crescent moon, back to center. Exhale, low lunge, hands down, tuck your back toes under. Inhale, high plank, press back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in here, press your hands, look at your feet. This is Trixie. Can you walk your hands to your feet? They're at the back of your mat. Bend your knees, drop your head. Let's take Padangusthasana. That's peace sign finger grip around your big toes. Bend your knees enough to get the grip. And then once you've got your grip, anchor into the inner edges of your feet, drop your head. With the strength of your belly, your abdominals, lift your hips up. Take a breath out. And then release your grip from around your feet, your toes. Inhale, lift your spine halfway, look forward. Breathe out and fold forward. Inhale is mountain pose. Rise all the way up. As you breathe out, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Place your weight into your right foot. Inhale, lift your left knee to your chest. One leg mountain. As you breathe out, tree pose. Set your left foot on your right leg. Let your pelvis get heavy. You can keep your hands together in front of your heart or lift your arms high. I'm going to tell you the truth. When I feel down, my natural inclination is to blame somebody. Like, Mercury, or the weather, or my parents, or my husband, or my dogs, or Vinyasa, or whoever else could be responsible for how I'm feeling. To own head up, heart strong is to own how you're feeling. To not need it to be different. To take responsibility. As you breathe out, your hands come back together in front of your heart. Inhale, one leg mountain, just your left knee forward. Then place your left foot on the ground, hand at heart center. Inhale, lift your right knee towards your chest. Breathe out, tree pose. Draw your right knee out to the right, set your foot along your leg. Please avoid the knee and then take any arm variation that feels good to you or feels rooted in the intention. There's not really a place in the Upanishads, that's just a fancy yoga book, that mentions this head up, heart strong stuff. But what it does mention, what the yogic texts and philosophies say, is that this is a practice of embodiment, to be in your body right now. Not just the good stuff, but like all the corners and crevices, to own and take responsibility, and then perhaps shift light into the dark places. Be in your body, full breath. It's harder than it sounds. Your next exhale is hands to heart center. Inhale, knee forward, one leg mountain. Exhale, right foot down to the earth. Take an inhale, lift your arms up, mountain pose. There it is, head up, heart strong. Exhale, fold, take a bow. Inhale, look forward at the top of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your hands out and away from your feet. Take a breath in, send your right leg back and up behind you. Breathe out, half pigeon, right knee, right wrist, shin to your mat. Wiggle your left toes back, hands on your mat. Look forward and up, and then melt your chest forward out over your right leg. I've done a lot of work on my half pigeon, but also on this ownership. Even though my natural inclination is still to be kind of frustrated about anything. Gosh, pitta season, if that doesn't make sense, that's just the hottest time of the summer. Or just something I didn't get acknowledged for by my boss. I've slowed that down a bit, and I've really begun to take action to feel the feelings I want to feel. I want to feel joy, and so then I take actions that make me feel joyful. But then that pattern, it results itself in constantly trying to control and change and fix. And so this sort of a practice, especially this moment in the practice, can be really powerful that you let the earth hold you, that for just a minute you think like perhaps everything is exactly as it's supposed to be. And anything you're carrying that you don't need to, you set it down. You could do that right now mentally in your half pigeon. Think to yourself, I set down what is no longer mine to carry. And then walk your hands in. We're not going to get too crazy. You're not going to go somewhere totally new. So hands in beneath your shoulders. Tuck your left toes because I just think it helps with the transition. It's half prone frog. You'll draw your right knee outside of your right wrist in line with your right hip, and then you'll set it all back down on the earth. For many of us, this is really sensational. The inner thighs are tight group of muscles, and for the rest of us, we sleep like this. Either way, I want you to soften into the earth and tell you a story about my mom. She's the greatest, by the way. Years ago, I remember telling her about not feeling very good, feeling down. And then my 15-item action plan for feeling better. Like, cool, I don't feel good. I own not feeling good. Here's all the things I'm going to do. And my mom is a boss lady because she said to me, Kristen Ann, that's what she calls me because that's my middle name. Sounds great. But don't change too much. Someone loves you just the way you are. Are you kidding me? I think she won Mom of the Year forever with that. But I tell myself that all the time because I want it all to be different, all brand new, a different pant size, a new job, a spark in my relationship. I want to be stronger, smarter. Don't change too much. Somebody loves you just the way you are. Don't change too much. Walk your hands in. Don't change too much. Your right hand's gonna hold you. Your left hand slides underneath you over to the right. So it's behind your right wrist. Left arm's over by your right knee. You try to keep your right knee right where it is-ish. And you open yourself up into supine twist. Your right arm falls out toward the opposite side of your mat from your left. And it might be just like the supine twist you take at the end of every practice or a little different. It doesn't have to be perfect. Shoulder blades can be lifted and the hips stacked today. And so yoga is a practice of discernment. It's a practice of both. And you, who's embodied, who's in this moment, gets to decide. Is this a day I own something and take action? Or is today the day I let go, that I trust, that I lean into the people that love me? Your right hand comes back over, so you come back onto your belly. And then you creep your left hand out from underneath you and it comes beneath your left armpit. Tuck your left toes, downward facing dog. Any way you can get there. It might not look like really smooth choreography. And then drop your head. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, half pigeon. Left knee, left wrist, shin to your mat. Wiggle your right toes back. Take your head up, make your heart strong, and then fold over your left leg. Bow. Give yourself the benefit of this side. I set down what is no longer mine to carry. All the things that I took responsibility for that aren't mine. Set them down. Trust that the universe will do what it does. That my plan might not be the plan. Take 3 of the biggest breaths you have all day, deep into your left hip. Yeah. You didn't need to hold on to that. You can let it go. And then one more. Don't change too much. Please walk your hands in. It's half prone frog. Tuck your right toes under and swing your left knee out to the left. Find yourself back down on your belly. In the least funny way possible, I think to myself often, I am the cause of my own suffering. Which sort of makes me chuckle, because if I don't laugh, I could cry. But if that's true, and the reason that you laugh or you cry is because it's true, then you are the cause of your own liberation. And your liberation might be just around the corner of owning your life and taking action in the direction you want it to go, or recognizing that it's time to let go. Past time maybe, but today is your day. I am the cause of my own liberation. Please walk your hands in. Don't change too much. Keep your left leg over where it is. Lift your chest up just a little and then slide your right arm over to the left. It goes behind your left wrist. Right shoulder's on the earth. Inhale your left arm up and then roll towards your back, towards your shoulder blades. Supine twist. Seems like a weird thing to say through a camera, but I think you're kind of great. I'm so grateful for you and my life. You are making my life better. Don't you forget it. Give yourself a little bit more credit. One more breath here. Don't miss it. Don't get on to the next thing yet. And then the coolest thing might happen. Rather than going back to down dog, you just go to Shavasana. It's all the way on your back. So you can wiggle around and find your very perfect rectangle. It's made of bamboo, right? Or like recycled flip-flops, your yoga mat. When you find it, you take up a little bit more space. You give yourself permission to take up space. Let your feet fall open, your palms face up. The effort in your brow subsides, the tongue falls from the roof of your mouth. You let the earth rise up to meet you. Please bring a hand to your heart and the other to your belly. I have the greatest news. The great news is that if you are responsible for how you're feeling and you own when you're feeling bad, you can own right now when you're feeling good. You did this. You created this space. Fill your hands up with your own breath. Acknowledge the gift of this breath, this heartbeat, this body. Let it go. And then stretch. Reach your arms, point your toes. Please roll onto your right side. Let your arm act as a pillow for your right ear. Left hand on the earth in front of your heart. Consider who it is you do this for. See them in your mind's eye like they're the most important person in the universe. Send them the blessings of this practice. May they be happy, healthy, and free. May they know they matter to you. Nice and easy, rise, come to seated. Cross your legs, bring your palms to touch in front of your heart. Soften your jaw, open your mouth, and exhale completely. Let your chin fall to your chest, bow your head to your heart. Look for the light, look for the good. May we see it now, remember it always, and share it often. Inhale, lift your thumbs to your forehead. Wouldn't have been the same without you. Please bow and say namaste.